Here we go. 10 minutes. For work for about half a year, I have improved the Open Toolkit for so much that it was kind of more than 30% of what the Open Toolkit is. Now, I didn't want to show you nice colors on an extension on the toolkit. I want to show you new functionality on that. And here we go. From the left side, you see what you can do if you don't have any extensions on the toolkit. So this is what your current production is from the DITA Open Toolkit. This is about the title page. You get these nice things, and many people are happy with that. But you know, I had to sell this thing to the question, will we go with DITA or not? And it was not convincing enough by the time. So I made some changes. You see, this is a new front page. You can support 2 companies here. You have a title page, you can have front picture, you can do a version control. This all comes from the DITA map. So you just fill up fields and you get a title page here. The industry does need on the second page very often this disclaimer thing. You see the trademarks, and so this is now supported on it. And this is all here. The table of contents looks quite similar, you could say, if you are going comparison. But then one important thing you will recognize, the original part doesn't have chapter numbers. And I know why this was the case. It's very hard to get chapter numbers in, because if you're going to number, you will have the preface and the notice and the abstract. This is getting to go numbered, so you have to do some work to get it out. Now this problem is solved. For today, this extension will have chapter numberings in the things, and you don't have it there. So the problem about chapter numbering, which is important, is solved. The next one is, I'll show you now the extensions. There are many of that. And let's now go to a more closer look on it. First of all is, we did need marginalia. So marginalia is, you keep space in the left side, and then you can always give the brain something where you're just about to tell about. This is very nice, because readers will better understand what you're talking. So the marginalia will be done, most everything is done through the output class. So I didn't really change DITA too much, except using a field which is available, the output class. Having different flavors in the marginalia gives you, on the right side, will give you a dialog, which you can do. We had to do this thing on program description. You can have marginalia in the shape of a heading if you really want, but please don't go for the tag lists, the definition lists, that would not work. You can have pictures in marginalia on the left side, and the text can go to the top line or it can go to the bottom line. These are all things you can now have with the extension. The next one is the sections. With the marginalia, you have this left space, so you might want to have different layouts for the sections. The typical one would be that there is this kind of section separation for the entire page. But you might want to have section, other people like it to have a section where the title just goes on the left side and the text is going to start right with the section. So this is also optional, you can do this one. You can have the section in the text flow where the marginalia is on the left side out. And so there were some changes on that one. Next part is annotations. You know, this wasn't possible before. You can actually do the oxygen annotations, and you get it as a track change, as you have it there. You can just get it into the Acrobat output, so you can deliver documents where you show what changes you made. And here you see all the colors go in. So this is the result, of course. You just use a normal oxygen annotation thing from the editor, and it will show up in your PDF. You're just seeing the PDF here. I don't show you how we made it. It's just like it's there. As you have the marginalia, this is quite interesting, you will have tables, and the tables will have size. Now, what you like is to once have a table at a width, or the table goes on the flow, but if the table is too large, it will automatically expand to the page. You don't have to think so much about it. It's now an automatic thing that the table will know I'm too large for the flow, so I'm span over the page. And which is quite a helpful thing if you have the old problem of columns. You can see there is something else. Now you can actually select a row color, which is part of the output class, which will help sometimes to lighten up things. And this is also a good example which you can see here, because you have this kind of protocols thing. What you can do is the row can be a compact row. So you actually should do these things in 3 rows, and this is 3 rows. But you can see it because now this separator isn't there. But then you can really sort things, they go in horizontal alignment. But normally if you have these 3 rows, the row will be too large, so the lines go too much apart from each other. That's what you can solve with a compact row. Very nice thing you really wanted to have maybe is the table header repetition. So if you have a table which spans over another page, you really wanted to have the title appear as on the next page again. You know this title repetition. It's now implemented. So you can have it, and it's a very important feature if you do these professional documentation things. Do I have an example here? Maybe not. What's also very nice is the figure things. Now, let me show you something. First of all, you can come from Visio and put figures in, but for the figures there is the same thing. You can have them, let me see whether I have this example. Something very new on figures is, I like to explain things where I have a link to somewhere else perhaps. So if I was explaining this OK key here, I might want to have a link which comes on the OK key. So what is now supported is you can use an image map, which is supposed to do the thing, but then you actually want to highlight maybe the field that you have just marked up for a link. So if you click on that, it's actually switching to another document here, because you now have a link in a figure, which is very nice, because if you want to explain this cancel button, you just make a link around the cancel button, which you can do, and you just click on the way where it's being explained. Very important for architecture documentation, where you have a lot of components, you know, a server thing, and now you have a picture where you can click on this server thing, maybe on this converter, and it's bringing just to the explanation of the converter. This is fast reading. So, interesting thing, and then you have a problem to measure how the dimensions for the area should be. So what you can do is, this is a test mode. The red thing here and the scale will go in the final presentation. But what you can do while you're creating it, you can say, I want to have an output plus scale, and you can measure your fields with the scale on your picture, so you can do right the next millimeters. Yeah. So this is one of that. That is about links. Here you can see how the figures can be framed, so different possibilities. I can explain this later. Extensions to links. Also, if you do not give the content of a link, you might want to have some syntax which gives you something like see on page whatever. So there is a new syntax now which you can use, that your links will show up like this one. Find more in chapter 4.6 extensions to links, and you can do it with the output class find more in chapter C title. Very important, so you can really configure the way cross-references are brought to the reader. Another very nice thing, of course, is that we have a special feature here with a link. This kind of a link is something which actually goes directly into another specification. It's now supported in a very special way. So you just write it, and after you wrote it, you will have the link. You do not even have to make a link. You just write the thing. It's about the thing that I can show you here. It's some magic which you go for any document, and I want to see, I'm just doing a block, for instance. I'm just writing this little text. Click on F5, and I'm being in the specification where the block is explained. I can do this by writing. Writing another word, for instance, want to be in the standard, I say ISO for chapter 5.1, just write it, mark, say F12, and you will be in chapter 5.1 of the standard. This is important for progressors, so you can be switching very fast to another document and you can explain things. So I know the time is out. So I can only invite you that there are still some more things, auto-linking, whatever you have, new features to the notes. And coming to that point, I have to finish, I know. I'm here to give you, to relate all these activities for the half year, hundreds of hours inside, to everybody of you. My problem is this, 30% I increase the size of the entire toolkit, and I need someone, it's a club of the group, to put it in, otherwise it will always stay as a separate plugin. It's not in part of the actual release. This is kind of an offering I can do. So if you like the theme, tell them that we can join and maybe put it in the next version of the toolkit. Done.